Well,
that's all right.
Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here. Today we're going to be doing something fun. We're going to be doing a fantasy watch draft. First time for me. I don't even watch the NFL or hockey, so I have no idea what's going on. Bobby is taking over, so technically Bobby's the host today, or Watch Fast Day 90. It's good to see you all, guys, with joining me on the panel. We're waiting for one more. But we can get started. We'll get started with a wristwatch check. So, Amin, good to see you. Thanks for joining us for the first time.
Thanks for inviting me, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Doxa today,
Nice.
and great to be here.
Yeah. Toran, what's on your wrist?
Today I am wearing the watch I took on my vacation. Well, one of them. So it is the Breitling Super Ocean. Yeah,
nice. Very cool. And our beloved host, Bobby K. What's on your wrist?
So similar to Amin, I'm also wearing a Doxa. The Sub 300T in stainless steel. So 2 Doxas on the board.
Yeah. Too bad Sam couldn't make it. He could have had a Doxa too.
True.
On my wrist, I have my Planet Ocean. 39.
Awesome.
I also have a new
diver.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. I have a new phone. So I hope the autofocus is as good as the previous one. Yeah, it's not that great. Oh well. It's a lesser phone that I bought just specifically for live streams. But Brandon's here. Brandon, how's it going?
What's good, everyone?
Good to see you, man.
You too. It's been a while.
Too long. Yeah. What's on your wrist, Brandon?
Black Bay 58 today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Alrighty. So I'll hand it off. Oh wait, no. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat. Can't not do that. Penny says she's second. Good to see you, Penny. I'm not sure who was before you. It's not showing up on my end. So, Bill K, good to see you. Darren is here as well. Apparently, Toran is on the edge, teetering on buying a white birch. Look at that. Yeah.
I need your help, Sanjay. I need your hook connections.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk after. Wilson, good to see you. Peter, good to see you, sir. Justin, hello. Kevin, good to see you. Chaz, how's it going, sir? Hope you're on our Planet Ocean. What are you guys wearing on your wrist? Guys in the chat, let us know. Justin, I already said hi. Kentucky Man, how's it going, sir? Hope you're well. Caliber YQG, good to see you. Ken Spear, how's it going from Pittsburgh? Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Junior Johnson, how are you? James Duffy, good to see you, sir. Marcus F, good morning. Hope you're having a good day so far. I think it's approaching afternoon for you. Ajay is here. How's it going, Ajay? Did I miss anyone? Pierre, good to see you as well. Bruce, how's it going? Robert Hunt, Fatal Fred, Oil Money's here somewhere. There we go, from Monaco. Wow. Let's see. Oh, Luke's here as well. Good to see you, Luke. Broke Watch Fanatic. And I think that's it. Oh, Mezzanine's here. Good to see you, sir. Very nice alpinist tonight. Oken Oscar Humdolt is interesting name. Okay, cool. So we're not gonna chit chat. I think we're gonna have a full night. It's gonna be a fun night discussing a whole bunch of watches, most of which we probably can't afford. So I'll hand it off to you, Bobby.
All right. So Sanjay, I think the reason why is it's fantasy football seasons. The NFL season's up, so a lot of people play fantasy football.
Right.
And basically, the aim of the game, fantasy football, is drafting players. In this case, watch models in a particular order, and you keep emotion out of it. You make sure that you choose the model that you think is your favorite and probably a fan favorite. And we basically divide this into 5 rounds
Okay.
based on 5 different types of watches. So the watches types are a dress watch, a dive watch, a beater watch, which is going to be less than $5,000, a complication, which can be any complication, including chronographs, time zoner, or roll timers, GMTs, etc. Just FYI, a date function is not a complication. And then a flex watch. A flex watch is any watch that you want, but you do have to say that this is my flex watch draft. For example, let's say, and the draft order is going to be Sanjay number 1, Brandon, you'll be number 2, I will be number 3, Toran, you're going to be number 4, and Amin, just to give you a little bit more time because Amin was gracious enough to do it last second. I'm going to give it a little more time, but Amin will be picking number 5 in the first round. But this is going to be a snake-like draft, so it's going to be from. So the first pick of the second round will be Amin again. So Amin will be choosing twice. It'll be going from 1 to 5, and then 6 to 10. It'll be going backwards. Amin again, and back to you, Sanjay, for number 10 of the second round. Now, coming to the rules is, as I said, the beater watch has to be less than $5,000. Second thing is any model that is chosen will completely be eliminated, the whole model line. For example, if Sanjay, this is just hypothetically speaking, number 1 overall pick, he chooses a Nautilus as his flex watch because it doesn't fit any other dress categories. That'll be his flex position, and all the Nautilus models will be gone from us for the remainder players to choose from.
From every category, right?
From any category, yep.
Okay.
Second thing is you can choose any material too. If you want a gold Nautilus, absolutely, be my guest. If you choose a Nautilus annual calendar, for example, that can be used either as a flex or a complication because it's an annual calendar. So you can use that as your, maybe, savvy in your draft analysis. You can choose that as your complication watch and then use a flex again later on. But again, the Nautilus complete Nautilus line will be completely out of the draft. So just not to waste any more time. Any questions from the panel, at least? Because we can go, and I'll keep a list of it, of the picks. And then if we have time, and maybe the first 2 rounds, we could try to show the pictures of other watches while we pick, or if any pictures of something that we don't know about. All right. So with the number 1 pick of the round 1, Sunday, you get to choose any watch.
Oh, okay.
And this is in the any watch before 2000 is out of. That's the only watches that are banned from this draft. So no Paul Newman, Daytona, or original pre-vintage Speedmasters or anything like that. So yeah. So
Cool.
Sanjay, you can tell me what type of watch you're choosing for your first number 1 overall pick.
Okay.
And then we can go from there.
So let me share my screen. Just so I can show this to you guys as well. Bear with me a moment. Need to find this reference number. Cool. Okay.
Anticipation building.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Here we go. Okay, so this is my flex pick.
Okay.
And I am gonna pick for flex watch. To me, it means you're trying to show off your wealth. So it has to always be a Rolex in my eyes, because anyone and everyone knows what a Rolex is. So a flex watch has to be a Rolex, and it has to be, to me, the Submariner is the best or the most recognizable. And even though this is not, they're way more expensive pieces than this. They're way more complicated and exorbitant pieces, but this would be well recognized in the fact that it has this beautiful blue dial. It's a beautiful shade of blue, and it has I think 27 blue baguette sapphires on the bezel, 11 diamond baguette or 11 diamond baguettes for the 5 markers, and a triangle diamond for the pointer for the dive time bezel, and there was a whole bunch of other diamonds on there as well. I think it's white gold as well. So I think this would be the flexiest piece, and it takes the Submariner out for all you guys. So
Yep. So the Submariner's out for
I love it.
everybody. So
I love it.
flex out of the gate, as somebody
That
in the comments
is
said. So that's
Awesome.
a beautiful watch to start with. All right. So
I
Sanjay,
love the fact that you took the Submariner off the board from the very first move. That is so sweet.
It's dirty, but I respect it.
I love it.
it's a really beautiful
he
watch.
took out his American Express black card
Yeah.
right out of the gate.
Okay.
All right. That's a good number one overall pick. So Rolex Sub is out of the contention. Sanjay stolen every Submariner out there. So the diamond
Such a troll
Sub.
move.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I got to rethink my whole lineup because I want to do that to people too.
All
Yeah.
right. So coming in number two, hopefully, Brandon, you didn't have a Rolex Submariner as your number one
No,
overall pick, but
so-
if not, let us know.
I'm a little bit more original than that, like no shade, but I'm also going to start with my flex pick just because I think that this is one other people may have, so I want to get it off the board. But it is the
And it's if you want, Sanjay can try to live stream it. If you want,
I
just
am.
let,
I'm about to go.
Oh,
Like,
if you
never
want to
mind.
send the picture.
yeah.
It's the Moser Streamliner with the green
Ooh.
dial.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
Green Dragon
Green
Nice.
Dragon, nice. All right,
coming
That-
right up.
Personally, I approve that pick.
Thank you very much.
Whoops.
So I personally just love this watch because the integrated bracelet trend is very, very overdone right now. But this is definitely one of the more original takes. One of my favorite things about it is the fact that the hands are actually grasping onto solid bits of loom somehow.
Yeah.
And they're basically being suspended there in midair. So when you go to get it reloomed, there's no application. They just pull these out and then insert new ones in. And I just think that's super cool. I think the design is absolutely stunning. The interplay between the polishing between the links and the brushing on the links is just sick. And it's a Moser movement, so they can do no wrong. But yeah, that
Nice.
is
Yeah.
my flex pick.
Brandon, did you know Bobby owns this?
No.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, I do. And that's why I personally approve that pick. So it's a beautiful watch,
That's
like you said.
Amazing.
It's a
I
great,
had
great.
no idea.
Yeah,
I should have
It's
brought
not
my
a fantasy
Green Dragon.
drop for Bobby. It's the real thing.
Yeah.
But a great watch. I think that's as it doesn't fit any other complication or anything like that. It's a great flex piece too. I don't see any reason. I think Moser's a little higher up on the draft in my personal draft board that I'm looking at, but I think Moser is definitely high up on many people's list.
Mhm.
Great
Yep.
pick.
Apparently, I'm a
Thank you.
strategic sociopath. You know, I have been called that, a sociopath, because I don't yawn when other people yawn.
Oh yeah, that's a thing, right?
Yeah. All right, who's up next?
So actually, I am up next. So I didn't think these pieces would be up on the board. So I'm gonna get my running back, aka something that's a crowd pleaser.
Okay.
Even though I do not have this model line, the Jumbo Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, but this is going to be the 15202 BC with the white gold and salmon dial. So that's going to be my flex pick. It looks yes.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
that's going to be 39 millimeters GLC movement, heavier on the wrists, and it looks really nice. Two-hander, but definitely the closest thing that you can get to the original AP roll. And again, emotions aside, even though I probably might like some other like the Green Dragon better, I think the AP Royal Oak is definitely a majority of people probably would take this over that.
Hmm.
And if I were to choose an AP jumbo, it would be this model with the salmon dial. I was choosing between this and the full gold one, but I went with this one.
Nice, beautiful choice. It's I guess that's the next most recognized brand when it comes to flexes, APs, Royal Oak specifically.
And that takes Royal Oak out of for
Yeah,
everybody else. So
that's
like
big.
like you said, I just want to put the wrench into the draft here, getting all the Royal Oaks off.
Oh, money says, who's brave enough to pick a toxic UN or a Parmigiani to completely throw Amin off his game? I think Amin would have picked some different ones here.
Yeah, I think Amin knows how to draft. Yeah,
Nobody's taken anything off the board for me yet. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go with the number 4 overall pick of the first round, and that goes to Toran.
Okay. Yeah, for my flex pick,
So yours
I'm
is
just
flex.
going-
Okay. Awesome.
yeah, I'm doing flex. And I'll do another fan favorite, probably kind of spitballing off of Bobby's last pick, and that will be a Patek 5711 Nautilus. But not just any Nautilus, because I don't even like the Nautilus that much, but the one I chose, I love it. It is the Sapphire Nautilus, which I believe is the reference number 111P001. So it has the sapphire baguettes for the applied markers as well as a sapphire bezel.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Wow.
That's a beautiful piece.
Oh,
It's a
It's
lot of
gorgeous.
flexing going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I never thought the Nautilus looked very nice. I always thought it was ugly and it couldn't get uglier. Boy, it got uglier.
You are a sociopath.
That's so funny.
I'm just messing with you.
But
Tony.
it's definitely, definitely higher,
It's a flex.
Yeah,
it's a flex
for
piece,
sure.
and it's definitely high in demand, of course. So
Yeah.
no arguments from my side.
Nope.
So everybody's flexing out here, Amin, on the first round. The end of the first round, and to complete the first round, Amin, and you have 2 back-to-back picks actually. So we'll just finish out the first round here.
All right.
Cool.
I'm going 2 rubber strap watches here. So I'm going to start with my beater.
Okay.
Because it's probably the only one that you guys will potentially take off the board for me. Sanjay, can you show my screen here?
Yes. Yep.
All right. So I'm going with the watch I'm wearing right now, which is the
Ooh.
sub 300 carbon. So this pretty much takes all doxes off the board, if I understand.
Yes, that is
Correctly?
correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I love this watch. It's a lot of fun. It's under 5K. It's definitely beater appropriate. It's very water resistant, very comfortable, all weather. And so there's my beater. sure.
That's a beautiful beater watch. I mean,
Thank you.
to any doxa out there, that was in my running for the beater watch. So you took it, so I can say it now. Amin, that was my choice for a beater.
Well, someone theoretically could pick the sub 200, right?
The sub 200,
Yeah,
but the
that should
doxa
still be
300 is the traditional.
The 300 or the 300T, I
Yep.
think, are too
Yep.
close to this
Mhm.
one.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then for my
So let's just to finish off the first round here.
oh
Sanjay chose the Rolex sub with the baguette diamond encrusted, or is it diamond
It's
on
the case is diamond encrusted. It's white gold and sapphires and diamonds on the bezel.
sapphires and diamonds on the bezel? Brandon took the Moser Green Dragon Streamliner in stainless steel with the integrated bracelet. I took the Jumbo AP 15202 salmon dial white gold. Toran also took a fan favorite 5711 with the baguette bezels, as well as Amin just took a beater watch out of left field, but he took a good one, a Doxa sub 300, the Aquamarine, the actual watch he actually owns in carbon.
Yeah.
All right, so now going to the second round, Amin gets to choose the first thing since he chose last
Okay.
in the last round.
So this could be a dress watch or a flex watch. I'm calling it my dress watch. I'm interpreting the rules of this dress
Sure.
watch non-traditionally. And so I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going with
Oh.
DB25 Starry
Ooh.
Various Chronomet Tourbillon. So this is titanium, 42 millimeters. It's got this star-studded blued polished titanium. So there's these hand-fitted little white gold stars across the dial. The back of this watch has this, the massive Star Trek thing going on with with this super fat anglage all the way around, completely black polished with a ridiculous tourbillon. And I just love the look of these the weights on the tourbillon as it spins. It is just breathtaking. I love that the action is on the back, that the showiness of it is like for you alone to appreciate. And I definitely think that this side qualifies as a dress piece. So
That's definitely a beautiful piece.
there's my dress watch.
Beautiful watch.
Wow.
I think Tim also reviewed it recently. I think
This one?
and
Oh, I didn't see it.
Hmm.
So this should take all DB25s off the board, but not
Yes.
other Debithunes.
I mean, do these have the pivoting lugs?
This does, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe this does.
So the DB25.
So and
Sorry,
you can also change them out, I think, to a different lug size. So if you have, depending on your wristband.
Steve's saying he'd wear this watch backwards. Only watch he'd wear backwards. Only Debitune. I like better is the one that flips from one side to the other.
I was mistaken. Chiaming Yang says the 25 doesn't have floating lugs. So
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Very cool.
So James says not very strategic. The rest of my picks are no one's going to pick them. So I don't have any. It doesn't really matter. Actually, that was the closest one. I thought maybe somebody else picks a DB25. So
Yeah.
All right, that was a great pick. So with the second pick of the second round, Toran. It's
Okay. I want to do my dive watch because I think it might be a fan favorite. It's one that I aspire to own, but I don't know if I will. And that's going to be 50 Fathoms from Blancpain.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know a specific reference number, but it's the automatic one with the blue dial, but it's your classic looking 50 Fathoms.
So with the sapphire bezel?
Yeah, sapphire bezel.
Okay. Let's see.
So Blancpain 50 Fathom.
So
Blue
it
dial.
wouldn't be the Bathyscaphe. So it would be this one, I'm guessing.
That is the one.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, with the 4 o'clock date. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful choice.
That's a beautiful dive watch. High-end dive watch, but a beautiful dive watch nonetheless.
Yeah. Very
Again, you're picking higher up on the rounds, you get the pick of the litter of the dive watch. I think that's the second dive watch, right? Actually, I shouldn't say second dive watch, but you chose Sanjay and Amin actually took technically dive watches, but they took them as their flex watches. So
Flex watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Blancpain because of the design, the power reserve of the movement, and just the overall wrist presence. I think would be really suiting for me with a 7.5-inch wrist. So.
That really hurts, Toran.
That was a good choice. I mean, that took a lot because dive watch doesn't have that many. I mean, they do have a lot of options, but 50 Fathom probably would be in everybody's top 3. I think.
Yeah.
All right. I think the next will be me. And I'm actually concerned because I don't know if this will reach the next round for me. So I'm actually going to pick one of my own watches. And that is going to be the Omega Silver Snoopy Speedmaster. And that takes off all the Speedmasters off the board.
Ooh.
And I took that as my complication watch.
Yeah.
So I think that's my favorite watch in my collection. I love it. It is just a white dial, loomed Snoopy, just a regular 1861 movement, but just the dial itself is it's just I thought it was the perfect Speedmaster in my opinion. I don't know, but I'm happy that I took the chronograph now because I'm concerned about everybody else picking a Speedmaster later on.
Yeah.
And
So
so
this would be your complication then.
yep, that would be my complication, my chronograph.
Okay.
And I put my money where my mouth was to here in this case, owning it as well. I think this is the second watch after Amin to be in the personal collection. So I just love it. And may water's a resistance be damned. So yeah, there was a lot of options for complications, but I took the Speedy. For that.
Yeah.
So that is my choice with the Omega Silver Snoopy.
Cool.
And
So I'm actually gonna go for my beater watch next.
Okay.
Just because I think this is the only one that someone else might try to get. Not this particular variant though. So I'm going for the Black Bay 36 S&G. This is a watch out of my personal collection. I kind of use it as my like everyday beater watch, and I just love it. But it's exactly what I would want to wear every single day. Oh, black dial also.
Black dial.
Black-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I've
That is a
owned
nice
this one
watch.
as well.
Sweet.
is that two-tone? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Two-tone as a beater.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey, yeah, I did it as well.
Yeah.
It looks so good on a sailcloth. And
Yeah.
yeah. At least he didn't get the diamond, diamond crest or sap. I know.
Yeah.
He just went two-tone, so that's good enough. Yeah.
It's so the only actual yellow gold on this is the bezel and I think the crown. All of the links are gold caps on stainless steel links. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great watch.
Mm.
And now I might have a little trouble with my beater because the dogs and tutor were kind of what I was relying on, but I'll ski myself later in the rounds.
yeah, I have
Sanjay, so you are up next, my friend, with the last pick
that-
of the
yeah.
second round, and we can just recap the first two rounds after we finish these two. Everybody is happy with their picks, I hope. And Sanjay, you picked a Rolex sub in the first round. What are you going to do in the second?
Okay, I'm gonna go with my complication, and let me bring it up. It is a Patek, and I don't know a whole lot about it.
I'm so mad. I'm so upset.
Well, it might not be yours.
Yeah, it could be a different one.
There's so
Yeah.
many complications.
They got a lot of complications.
Oh, you took the
So,
annual?
I picked the annual
Annual
calendar,
calendar. Wow, nice.
5205 G. Yes, blue dial.
Beautiful.
Moon
Nice.
phase. It has the day, the date, the month on the top of the dial, as you can see. Really, really cool Patek.
And what material is that? Is that steel or is that white gold?
White gold.
White
Yeah.
gold, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's that's
This is
all
so
I really
out-
know about it.
This is so out of you. The first one you took was white gold with the diamonds,
Yeah,
and now second one you have is white gold. Sanjay
Yeah.
going all in on precious metals.
and it's a blue dial too. So
Yeah,
I'm
beautiful
not,
blue dial. That's a great watch.
yeah,
Great. So Patek annual calendars are off the list with this complication, and that is the end of the second round.
Wait,
Sanjay, you
so
will
that
be-
was an annual calendar. Does that also take the perpetuals off?
No, you
No.
can take the
Okay.
perpetuals out. You can still choose a perpetual. So just to recap,
You showed your
before-
hand big time there,
I
Brian.
know. I know. I'm way too excited.
Yeah.
So Sanjay, the first two rounds, has chosen a Rolex sub with diamonds, and a Patek annual calendar, blue dial, in white gold. Brandon has chosen a Moser Green Dragon Streamliner and a Black by 36 black dial two-tone. I myself chose a Jumbo Royal Oak AP 15202 with a salmon dial and white gold, and the second one I chose was a Silver Snoopy Speedmaster. Toran chose a 5711 with the also Baguette dial, along with a Blanc Pond 50 Fathoms blue dial. And Amin took his own watch, the Doxa Sub 300 Aquamarine in carbon, And is it sub 300T or just a sub 300?
Sub 300.
Sub 300, and then the DB25 Starry, beautiful dress watch for his dress watch.
Beautiful.
Now, Sanjay, since
Yeah.
it's we're going to the round 3, we're almost halfway through we're making good time too.
Yeah.
You get to choose your third round watch. What will it be? You already
Okay.
chose a flex and a complication.
All right. So I'm gonna pick my dive watch. And it's gonna be I guess I should pull that up, huh? It's gonna be a Glasuta Original CQ Panorama Date. In a full bracelet and hang on, sorry. Blue dial again. So blue dial theme going on right now.
So I'm guessing you saw that Team Masso video comparing the 50 fathoms to the CQ.
I didn't actually.
Okay,
Was
direct
that recent?
comparison video right there.
Was that recent?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this opened up somewhere, but I can't seem to find it.
I think didn't Adrian do one too?
Did he?
On a Glasuta, I believe he did, but that's a great dive watch too.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was actually the second choice.
So yeah, I figured I should go for that one since that was probably my next most popular pick. I'm not even. There we go. Finally, I thought I typed it in, but I guess I didn't. So yeah, this one is 43 millimeters. It is kind of thick. It's 15, I think, around 15 millimeters thick. Has a beautiful automatic caliber 3613 that you can see through a display case back. And then the rotor weight on that movement, it has almost a peripheral looking rotor. It's a skeletonized rotor, but it has a 21 karat gold rotor, which is absolutely magnificent to look at. And it has a big date. So this isn't the one. The panorama date has the big date complication. Yeah.
That's a great, in the blue dial you said, right?
Yeah.
Going hard on blue. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a great watch. Great value for an alternative as well. So you got the Rolex sub too.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you haven't chosen Grand Seiko yet, but that's you're using your tactics instead of your heart. I like that, Sanjay. All right, there's a beautiful pick, Glasuta Original with the blue dial, and Brandon.
Yep. I'm going
Models.
to go for my complication and take that off the board before anyone else tries to ruin that for me. But it is the Patek
Patek?
Philippe
I see.
3940J. So it is a 36 millimeter yellow gold perpetual calendar, 3 subdials, micro rotor movement. It's amazing, very classical styling. There's one on Sotheby's right now from like 2002, but I just love this watch and have always loved it.
It's beautiful.
That's a beautiful watch.
Yeah. Wow.
I can look at that for a couple more minutes, but
Right? Like a while.
You said 36 millimeters. That's a
It's
beautiful.
36 millimeters, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like that's my like Goldilocks sizing spot. But I'm also not playing this with my own wrist because pretty much none of the dive watches would fit.
I see.
So yeah.
That's a great watch. A lot of Patek choices here, right?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3 Pateks in the first 12
3
picks.
rounds.
That's a lot of only and two independents so far. Great choice. I get to choose next, I believe.
Yes,
And
sir.
I believe this will be a blue dress watch, most likely. And I'm surprised it's maybe still up there. The FB Jorn
Oh.
Chronomet Blue. I think that is I was tempted to choose the brown or the white dial, but the Chronomet silver end. But I think I'm playing with to to the mass. Everybody loves a blue dial, so and I don't have a blue dial in my collection yet. So the FB Jorn Chronomet Blue.
Is that case
tantalum
made of
case.
tantalum?
Yes.
Tantalum
That's
case and with tantalum underneath. Was it 114 movement? Rose gold movement. 30. I forgot about what the size was. 39 or 38 millimeters. I forgot. It's a beautiful size. It's very thin. Definitely worthy of a dress watch option for me. And of course, it's a Jordan. There are so many Jordans to choose from, and of course, it just only takes the Chronomets out. There's all other options out there, but I chose the one that I probably would choose the most wallet friendly, I guess. Yeah. So the Chronomet Blue, from my standpoint.
Yeah. Great pick. Did you say it's wallet friendly?
All the FP Jordans, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's entry level FP Jordan friendly, yes.
Yeah.
I think this is the cheapest FP Jordan.
Only at retail.
Yeah, this is the ideal situation. Is like, hey,
Got it.
we're choosing with our, everything's open. You just walk into the 80 and you can go get a Rolex sub or Patek 5711.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not get a Chronomet Blue?
Yeah.
While we do it.
Fair.
So
Does their quartz watch actually cost more than the CB?
Oh no.
No. It's only
Okay.
like 10 in the secondary market. It does, but not. Yeah. So that finishes my dress watch option here, and that goes to you, Toran.
Toran.
All right. For me, I want to go to my dress watch pick, and again, kind of surprised no one picked this yet, but I'm gonna go with the Jaeger Lacoutre Reverso, the 90th anniversary edition that has the new Hybris Mechanica Caliber 185, the 4 faces.
The 4 faces, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that could be a complication as well. I mean, that just has all the complications.
That could be flex. That could be dress. That could be complication.
Yeah.
And it takes all reversos off the board.
I'm going for the dress, yeah.
Sweet.
Amazing. That's such a great pick.
I was honestly blown away by it when they released a video for it for Watches and Wonders.
Yeah. That was
how much was it? Like, again, $1 million?
It's $1 million.
Yeah, okay. Just
Isn't it only like 20 pieces?
Add to cart buy.
I think there's like a dozen pieces or something. Like
it's a limited. Yeah, 4 faces, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Crazy.
That is a great watch, and that was released this year, right? I believe.
Yeah.
This year.
Watches and Wonders.
Wow. And is that white gold? Just want to make sure, do you know what material it is?
I don't know what material it is.
Okay. All right.
It's magic.
Doesn't matter at this point. It's 1 million. It's probably platinum. But great choice. And that also takes reversos, like you guys mentioned, out of the choosing for everybody else. And Amin, you get to finish off round 3. You chose a Doxa. You chose a David Thune. Is it going to be another D named Brad?
And then I start round 4 as well, right?
Yes.
So I know. Okay. So. All right. So dive was hard for me because I don't really like dive watches. And I figure it's got to have a rotating bezel, right? That's part of being a dive watch, so I'm gonna represent for my toxic Elise Nardin here, and so let me share my screen.
It's the moment we've been waiting for.
So this is the Elise Nardin Marine Aqua Perpetual calendar. So this is a 200-meter water-resistant Flinke enamel. So this is guilloche and blue translucent enamel over it. Perpetual calendar, 43 millimeter white gold applique dive watch. So this is uses the Ludwig Oxlin perpetual calendar movement. So it's the first perpetual calendar that could be set forwards or backwards. Still one of the only ones that can be set forwards or backwards. Big date. The Moser can be set forwards or backwards, but doesn't have the month and day on the. Oh, it has the month. It doesn't have the year and day of the week written on it. So I love the way UN does rubber straps. This to me is like an awesome summer watch.
Yeah.
Huge value in these. You can get these secondary now for like 12,000, 11,000, 12,000 for a perpetual calendar. So
That's great value.
that's my
Yeah.
dive watch.
So the bezel has that guilloche as well, and the
Yeah, with the
shape.
enamel over
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah. There's a lot of craftsmanship in this watch. This one's a little beat up. This is pre-owned. You know, it's got like fingerprints and stuff on it. It's not really the best representative picture, but
Do you know
this is-
when these originally came out?
I think this actual I have the first watch UN made with this complication, not a diver, and the very first one came out in '96. I believe this came out in just after 2000. So I think I snuck by the rules. The rules said it had to be since 2000, right? So I think this came out right after 2000.
Yeah, it gives me that like same vibe as the Pierce Brosnan Seamasters, like from the same design ethos of that era.
Yeah. Yeah, the big date layout here in the upper right-hand corner like this is definitely a UN thing. Although I guess the Lunga one, predates it, but not with the rest of this layout with the year down here and the day and the month and the big date. It's a UN does a funky looking dial, but I happen to like it a lot.
Chaz mentioning that it's an Amin bezel.
Yeah.
But it's a nice blue color though. I like that blue. It's really deep blue.
And the way this picks up the light, because it's guilloche underneath enamel, is going to be pretty crazy. It's like those Gronfelds with the Kari dials.
Yeah.
Or I think I don't know if you ever seen a Little Longa.
I have. Yep.
It kind of reminds me of that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
It reminds me of like the Seiko Shippo enamels, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Same thing.
Yeah.
A little neater around the date window, but otherwise same method used. Yeah. I love that watch too. Those watches, those two. So there's my dive watch. Had to pick a dive watch, and
you get to choose round 4.
So I'm gonna go complication here, and I usually don't gravitate towards Patek, but right now my favorite complication these days, the ones that's on my mind the most, is the World Time, and I just think that they just do an incredible World Time. So
is it with the enamel dial?
I'm going yellow gold cloisonné enamel, right? So this is all like, they use the wire to be able to lay the enamel, and
I've seen that watch.
It's just it's historic. Beautiful. I've seen it too. Yeah, I've looped this one.
Yeah.
This
is amazing.
They were the first to have this complication in this form. And it is a stunning watch, just at any magnification. It's definitely an old man watch. I like these yellow gold old man watches, and I don't have a movement pick, but it's a micro rotor, nice looking Patek seal movement. Let me see if I can get a movement pick real quick.
I think it's the same movement as the other World Timers, right? This is just the enamel dial is.
Yeah, it's the cloisonné enamel dial is the
highlight.
The highlight.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the caliber. So good looking. It's just a sweet World Time watch.
Yeah. What would one of those go for?
I don't know. I never seriously entertained it. I think I want to say under 100K.
Okay.
More than 50. I really don't know. Somewhere above what I would consider spending on a watch.
Yeah, I was thinking like 200,000 or something, but
I think when they came out they were in the 60s, but I think they've gone up. Yeah, I don't know. It might be here actually. Let's see.
No, if you just click on the bottom.
Yeah. Straight to the bottom.
No, scroll up.
Okay.
Scroll up.
It won't go further than this.
No. Yeah, but if you go up, there was an arrow that was pointing down. Scroll a little bit more. Oh, yeah, there.
Oh,
That button usually put the price after that. If you can you click on that?
it's not clicking.
Oh,
No.
okay. Sometimes it usually just puts the price, comes down another.
Let's see.
It's probably an inquire for price.
Oh, yeah. So looks
Hundreds,
like
yeah.
low 100s.
Okay.
That's a great watch, too. Patek makes complications really well. Brandon's one was pretty good, too.
For sure.
Great complication, too. The first world time off the board as well.
Yeah.
Probably the best roll time off the board as well. I don't think there's anything that's comparable to that Patek. I mean, the Vacheron overseas roll time is okay. The Longa is also okay, but not compared. Maybe there's one I forgot. Is it Laurent Ferrier that has a world time or two that has a map, enamel map, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know if I've seen it.
It's very few brands that make it like that. Anyway, going back, so that's that is the complication for Amin and Toran. That goes to you now. I believe you have a beater and a complication. Is that right?
That is correct. I'm
I'm
going to
ready.
go with my beater watch. This is a watch that I want to own, and it's not crazy expensive, although it is pricey for the brand, and it is a Casio. It's not a G-Shock. Well, it's an MTG. One of their latest release. It's the MTG B2000 series. The B2000 that has the red bezel and bracelet. I think there's 3 models. Yeah, there's 3 models. One is silver, one's blue, and one has the red bezel. And I just think it's a big and beautiful watch. And the layout for this one isn't. I find some of the G-Shock lines like just too complicated to look at, but this one has useful complications. All the other features you would get from a high-end Casio, and like the multiband 6, Bluetooth. But this one has a nice sapphire crystal. The bracelet, they did a lot to upgrade the case. It's like a monocoque case core, and then they surround it with a rubber resin. And then the bracelet, I think, is also a hardened rubber resin as well, but it's better than the rubber band you would typically find. So, and it's a JDM watch, so I'm really hoping to pick one up at some point. But I just think it's like one of the ultimate beater watches.
That's a great watch.
Yeah. So what would one of these go for?
They're around $1,000 US.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little more than you'd pay for like a G-Shock, but the MTG line from Casio is like their upper echelon of what you would get for G-Shocks.
Yeah.
That takes all G-Shocks out of commission as well. So good beater choice there.
All G-Shocks?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, all
I guess
G-Shocks.
it's technically a G-Shock. I mean,
Yes, Sanjay, all G-Shocks. Just want to reiterate that point.
But G-Shock Square is like a different model. Right?
G-Shock, whatever, but G-Shock.
Yeah. Okay.
It is.
The referee has spoken.
Yes, the commissioner, right?
Commissioner.
All right. Now, I wasn't really looking for a G-Shock as a beater too. But anyway, I will go for my dive watch for my 4th round. And this is try to channel in Wolfgang here. I don't have the wrist for it, but this is for Wolfgang's wrist. The Panerai Luminar Submersible 507 Bronzo green dial. It's 47 millimeters, but it is a beautiful, beautiful looking dive watch, and
You
definitely
say
started the
47 millimeters?
yes. But this watch started the bronze craze. I don't think there was any more famous bronze watch than this watch since either than the original. And that green dial with that gold, they make dive watches pretty well, Panerai. And I'm super, and it patina's pretty well when the pictures with the patina and the green dial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look pretty well. I think they're overdoing it now with the further models with the brown dial and the blue dial. The blue dial looks pretty well too, but I already have a blue dial now. But so I think the green dial bronzo is where
Take a
I'm
look at
going
this
to.
on Tim Masso's hand.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But as a dive watch, I think I think after what you guys chose, the Rolex, the Doxas, and the subs, I think Panerai definitely is what's
Do you know what
left
the
of
lug
the.
to lug is on it? I'm just curious for my own wrist.
Oh, I'm not even sure. I think but it says it's not too big. The submersibles. I've owned a 42 millimeter once,
Yeah, I
and I
was gonna
think the
say
lug to
it's
lugs. I think it's around 50. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's not huge like a Rolex Royal Oak offshore diver or anything like that. It's much smaller than that, lug to lug at least. But yeah, the Bronzo is what I chose.
Great choice.
Yeah, excellent choice.
Right, and Brandon,
Cool. Let me
you
try
get to
sharing my screen.
No, not gonna work. Sanjay, you're gonna have to look this up for me. But
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to go for my dress watch, and it's an Alanga Unsona Saxonia Thin Black Gold Flux. So this was a limited edition watch. It is absolutely stunning. It's basically built off the standard Saxonia Thin model, but it's got a black aventurine dial with a white gold case, and then the movement is just one of those standard stunning German silver 3/4 plates with the hand engraved balance cock, and I just love this watch. So
Yeah.
this is gonna be my dress piece.
Amin, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Wolfgang own one of these? But different color dial, right?
There's a blue dial that came in at like
Yes.
37 millimeters. For some reason, this one's 40 millimeters, but I just prefer the black.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
That is a great dress watch too, and I think the first Longa that was picked from the group.
Yeah.
It's interesting how we we have all the watches in the world and we're choosing interesting different types of the. So far, there's only been one Rolex chosen too, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yep.
I like this draft. Rolex free, except for Sanjay's #1 overall pick, the Peyton Manning, so to speak. All right, and Sanjay, you get to finish off. Or did I speak too soon?
I think we're still. Oh yeah, I do get to finish off. Yeah, because I go twice.
Rolex, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will pick my beater watch, and my beater watch is going to be the Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean 39 and 39.5. So this specific watch that I own, I think it's a great beater watch. You can find it right now at around 5K. So it's just
Nice.
at or under 5K. Yeah, so it's a great size. I think this is the ultimate upgrade to a Black Bay 58, because it kind of wears like a Black Bay 58. It's a little thinner, a little thicker, but other than that, it's really close. It's got 600 meters of water resistance, the great coaxial movement. You can get it in blue or black, and it has a display case back, so it'll please Amin. Yeah, so that's it.
That's a great. I mean, it's interesting to see. First of all, you haven't chosen a Grand Seiko yet. It's 4 rounds up,
Yeah,
and 3 of your 4 watches are dive watches. The Planet Ocean, the Glushut, and the Rolex Sub. So there's a theme to your collection so far, except for the Patek annual calendar. It seems like you've chosen blue watches or dive watches, and
Yeah.
I like it. And no Grand Seiko yet. So interesting 4 rounds so far, and we're entering the last round to finish everything up. So Sanjay, you get to choose now again for your
Yes,
last
sir.
pick overall, and that is going to be a dress watch.
Yes. So my dress watch is, any guesses?
Grand Seiko.
Yeah.
SPG Y003.
No. It is
it.
going to be the Grand Seiko SBG W264. So it's a really beautiful rose gold case, a stunning, really insane green dial, no text at the bottom, so it's really beautiful. You can kind of see the pattern on it
Nice.
in this picture. Oh, I mean, I really want this piece. It's egregiously expensive, as all precious metal Grand Seikos are. It's got the same movement that's in the SBGW 26231. So nothing
Okay.
special when it comes to the movement, just the 9S64. But everything else about this watch, the dial, the case, it's just something I would love to buy myself. But yeah,
I'm actually happy that you chose a Grand Seiko
yeah,
Yeah.
to complete your collection.
You would have
Uh,
felt wrong if you didn't.
Exactly. You would have vetoed this draft. I would have vetoed whatever non-Grand Seiko pick you had made. I would said sorry.
yeah. No, it
Doesn't allow.
has to be my my ultimate pick. The
And
Grand
you said it was rose gold, right?
Yes, yeah.
Great, great, awesome. Brandon, what's your
Cool.
final pick? And that's also, I believe, a dress. No, not dress watch. Sorry, drive watch. I believe.
Yeah, dive watch. So I think I'm realizing the dive watches just aren't for me. But because of that, I'm just gonna go all in on the most ridiculous dive watch I can think of, and it is the Omega Pro Prof.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
Black dial, black bezel, but titanium on a titanium. Just too big for my wrist, too big for most people's, and I don't care. I just think it is one of the coolest dive watches that exists.
And you're getting the one with the loomed bezel too, I presume. I think the
Yes?
bezel is loomed too. So there's some
That
of
would be
them
my
doesn't
assumption.
loom. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, what a watch!
Yeah.
Great watch. And that's a dive watch right there.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the prop off. I should have chosen that one. Damn it. All right. But great selection. I love this watch. It's a great time to pick it too. 5th round. Has anybody worn Propolov in the panel? I have never seen a Pro. I've always been to the boutiques, never seen one.
I've
Never
actually-
I've
asked
like
one.
seen them in person, but haven't even bothered trying them on.
you could pull it off.
Titanium makes it changeable. You can try to probably wear it.
Yeah,
You can probably
yeah.
pull it off, right?
Yeah.
Titanium does wonders.
I've worn it. It looks a little ridiculous, but if you really wanted to.
Because there's like virtually no lugs on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we'll give it a shot.
yeah, there you go. Flow profit is.
So actually, mine is the next choice too, and mine is going to be a beater.
Cool.
And I made a informed decision not to choose Rolex or Tudor. So screw both those brands, and I'm going to choose the Seiko Save the Ocean Turtle, which I own. So I'm going to use that as my get a Seiko in there as a turtle. I
Nice.
really thought I was thinking of the Tudor, but then it's like it'd be really nice not to choose anything. And I think the Seiko Turtle is a watch that you could bang, watch it wear every day,
Yeah.
and not be concerned about it at all.
Well, we are wearing cloisonné enamel Patek Philippe, so
You guys are wearing that. I'm not wearing them. I actually don't have any enamel dials on my this thing, so
yeah.
and I don't have any diamonds, so I think I just chose something that's simpler, and also I don't have that many. Probably wouldn't be able to fit the bronze on my wrist, so this technically would be my pseudo dive watch as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Seiko Turtle.
Very cool. I'm gonna while we do our next pick, I'm gonna put the poll or the form
Sure.
for the chat to pick the winner. So
Sure.
I just put it in the chat.
Yeah. Let me finish off Toran and then Amin, and then we can just summarize the top picks. But I like this exercise. If we had the money and if all the watches were available, what would you guys choose, right? Toran, so you get to choose your. Is it the next one of your complication?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to leave this to the end because, like some of the people here, I wanted to pick one in my personal collection. So for the complication, I am going with my Grand Seiko SBGN 003. I can try and share just a picture of my a shot of my Grand Seiko on my wrist because it's a 39 millimeter watch, and the reason I picked it is it suits my wrist quite well, even though it's larger. And as far as a GMT goes, it's hands down the best GMT watch in my opinion. Just the overall layout, the fact that it's a super high accuracy quartz, but it's a GMT specific quartz with the 9F86 movement, so you can independently jump the main hour hand without hacking the seconds. And I don't know, just the finishing, having 100 meters of water resistance, and the legibility on the watch is extremely high. So to me, it's just the perfect GMT watch.
This is a black dial one, right? The 005 is
Yeah.
the blue dial, right? If I remember
Correct.
correctly.
Yeah.
Nice. That's probably the most accurate GMT watch out there.
Perhaps.
Great pick. And Amin, you get to finish off this draft with your last pick.
So this is my flex pick, and I actually just picked it like 5 seconds ago.
Tourbillon. It's got to be a Tourbillon.
So I'm going with the Grubel GMT
wow.
Sport. Can I just share my screen?
Oh, sorry.
So for a little over €500,000, you guys said price no object.
Nope, no object.
So this is a I don't even know how to describe it, but it is a Tourbillon GMT watch with that's also a sports watch. It has the Tourbillon is at an incline to the rest of the dial. Let me try to show. It's also a dual time.
It's a beautiful watch.
So it can come on a titanium integrated bracelet or on rubber. This picture shows you the complex shape of the crystal, right? It's sort of concave across, and here you can see the tourbillons at about, I think, 30 degrees to the plane of the dial.
Wow.
There's a really complex 3D Earth that rotates. Every 24 hours is a day-night indicator.
Wow.
You set the GMT time, the world time on the back. You can view the world time. And power reserve, small seconds. It's a I forget how quickly the tourbillon rotates, but it's a crazy watch. It's an insane watch. Every aspect of it is finished to like
I've noticed, Amin, on your collection as well. You like world timers or Earth and Starry Eye, like a lot of like universal type of themes.
I do. I
love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can swim with this. It's 100 meters water resistant if you're not worried about your 500,000 Swiss francs. Potentially having water.
Would you take it on the bracelet or would you take it on the rubber? It would be a huge flex if you just put it on rubber.
I'd put it on rubber, no question about it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
okay,
without a doubt. I mean, if I had this kind of money, I'd get both to have the option, but but I would prefer. I think I'd wear it on rubber.
That is a great pick, and that actually concludes the draft. And what a draft it was! I think there was no Vacheron chosen. One Rolex, one Tudor, one FB Journe, and there were more Grand Seikos chosen than Rolex, which I appreciate the panel for choosing. More independence than Rolex. High-end independence. A lot of Pateks. I didn't expect that, but interesting. A lot of you did choose a lot of Pateks, and only one AP too. So it wasn't money no object. I like how our taste varied. All right, so I'm going to just conclude the draft for you. So Sanjay chose first. He chose a Rolex sub with a diamond bezel and a Patek annual calendar in blue. For his dive watch, he chose a Glasuta Original Panorama Date with the blue dial. He chose for his beater watch the Seamaster Planet Ocean 39.5 millimeters, which he owns. And then for his dress watch, he chose a Grand Seiko rose gold. Is it 264?
Yep.
Um,
SBGW 264.
green dial rose gold case. A beautiful watch indeed. Brandon chose for his flex the Moser Green Dragon. He chose his beater watch second round Black Bay 36 black dial, a two-tone. He chose his complication a Patek 3940J perpetual calendar 36 millimeters. He chose his dress watch was a Longa Saxonia thin black aventuring dial, and he chose an awesome dive watch in the Omega Proflow. And mine was the next, and I chose a Jumbo AP 15202 salmon dial white gold. Complication was an Omega Silver Snoopy chronograph, which pales in comparison to all the other complications you guys chose. The FB Jorn Chronomet Blue was my dress watch. I chose a Panerai Bronzo as my dive watch, and my beater watch was a Seiko Turtle Save the Ocean edition. Toran chose a 5711, also with sapphire baguettes dial. He also chose a Blancpain 50 Fathom blue dial as his dive watch. He chose a JLC Reverso 4-face, $1 million limited edition, released in 2021, 90th
awesome
anniversary watch.
Nice.
For his dress watch. He chose a Casio G-Shock B2000 red dial watch as his beater. And he chose a Grand Seiko SBGM 003 Grand GMT 9F quartz movement high accuracy as his complication watch. Amin chose his own personal watch, the Doxa Sub 300 Aquamarine, as his beater. He chose a DB25, David Thune 25 Starry Eye as his, was that your dress watch? Dress. He chose his I wrote Toxic UN, but the UN Aquamarine Perpetual Calendar Blue as his dive watch. Patek Yellow Gold World Timer Enamel Dial as his complication watch. And then it's for his flex to flex it all out and finished it off the draft. A Grubel GMT Sport, just €500,000. So those are the draft picks. And, if we feel all like winners, so I don't think there should be, any formal winner, but we can put it up on the poll. I feel like everybody's collection was great.
So I just put the poll back in there in the chat. I have how many? I have 10 responses so far.
Sure.
So we'll give it a couple more seconds.
I had a question. If you guys didn't choose your own draft, what watches did you guys like from other people's draft? If I just Sanjay's working on it, Toran, I'll start backwards. Did you like a watch that was chosen that you were like, oh, I should have chosen that, or?
I really like Brandon's pick for the Alonga and Zona, the Saxonia for the dress watch. That was killer.
That was a good one. I agree. Brandon, did you have any particular choices that were like, oh, that's a nice one?
Yes. Amin, was it a Grubel Forzi, the last one that you picked?
Yes.
That is one of the nuttiest watches I've ever seen in my life. That's crazy, dude. I loved that. I didn't know that existed, but I'm really finding myself drawn to those really wild watches that kind of reconceptualize what a watch could look like. And that's definitely one of them. That was amazing.
I really appreciated that watch too. I think honorable mention was Amin's other pick, the Yellow Gold World Timer, was a really good one. But I really liked, the underrated one actually is Sanjay's Patek annual calendar. I really like that watch in the blue dial. I think that's a great watch to have as a complication and something that I would wear, every day. Amin, do you have any ones that you really liked?
I love the Reverso. That's sweet. That's a crazy pick. That also it would be a great in many categories watch, right? That would be a great flex watch as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that wasn't a flex watch, right?
There are so many. I mean, I love a lot of the watches that were picked. I love the Moser Dragon. It's just that I feel like when you give me the criteria that sky's the limit, price no object, then I'm going to let myself go bananas, right? Because how many times do I get to do that in my life?
Yeah, and your choices did reflect that, and I
But
did like
I love the
the
Patek 36 millimeter
perpetual
perpetual that
calendar.
Brandon picked
Yeah.
as well. Such a classy, beautiful
Those two are
watch.
classy watches. Your Patek Yellow Gold World Timer, and Brandon's Yellow Perpetual Calendar. Both of them are timeless designs, I think.
Yeah.
And Sanjay, I don't know if you're still looking at the polls, but did you have any particular one in mind?
Well, if I were to pick out of all the watches we chose for myself, I would pick my own Grand Seiko
Sure.
green
Stick by your
dial
guns, right?
rose gold. Yeah, that would be mine.
That's
I
a
would,
gorgeous,
Yeah.
gorgeous, stunner.
Mhm.
that would be a watch I would be buried in.
And if
Uh,
I didn't have to have fear of my arm getting chopped off, the Grubel, I mean, it's just a crazy watch that
Yeah.
I would love to wear if there were no such thing as money or crime or any of those kinds of things.
Yeah. Okay, so I am about to hit share on the results. So here we go. Drum roll, please. All right. So first is Amin with 8
This is
votes.
the first time I've ever won one of these.
Nice.
On my channel, I always come in last, but here I made sure to spend the most money.
and he had the least time to prepare too. So good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Amin.
I think he was impulse buy, so that's good. I like it. And
Yeah.
a lot of us liked his Patek and his Grubel, so
Mhm.
a lot of us on the panel liked his watches.
I
a
knew
lot
to
too.
close with a Grubel. I knew no one
Yeah.
else would pick that, and that it would be a good closer.
Yes.
Excellent choice. Toran is second.
Not bad.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm third. Brandon is fourth, and Bobby K is running up the back.
Yes. I think I played it safe. But I think I chose watches that I don't feel like I didn't want to go too bananas with my watches. I think I should have, like Amin said, just gone for like triple split, datograph or whatever, I think I was just thinking more daily wear.
Mhm.
But I did like
Bobby,
Amin's.
if I can add, you did an excellent job moderating this, so thank you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much, dude.
Great
No problem.
commissioner.
I think
It was so much fun.
some experience in fantasy football drafts. I think it made it easy. Hopefully, it wasn't not too confusing.
No.
That
was awesome.
thing. And we made good time too. So
Yeah. That was
All right.
that was so much fun. I've never done that before, so that was a blast. Thanks
I
so much,
hate
Bobby.
I hate when people are complaining about what the waiting lists and all that stuff. I'm like, if you had the money, what would you actually draft? Like, what would
Yeah.
you choose? And it's nice to see that everybody chose something that's so different than
Yeah.
except me. I chose for the audience actually because that's how fantasy drafts work. But I guess everybody here are watch nerds, so they appreciated more. What do you call it? The Grubel. I never even seen that watch, Amin. And
Oh, really?
That blew my mind when you said that the world
Yeah.
rotates every 24 hours. That's probably $100,000 technology right there.
It's a crazy watch. It's an insane watch.
It is.
Yeah, and I think those are the highlights of these complications of Pateks and everything that we don't usually talk about coming up on the draft was pretty nice too.
The flex category or it's just there's just so many crazy watches that like the that went through my mind for that one. That's a fun thing to think about just the ludicrous.
Yeah,
watches.
and I'm surprised nobody's mentioned a Richard Mill on the. On the
I was
flex,
expecting that.
Yeah,
or Kari Voutilainen or
I was thinking getting a Richard
Grunfeld
Mill as a flex, but
MBNF.
Yeah. The AP just, I chose the AP instead, but Richard
Oh
Mill
my
was
God, the MBNF Bulldog. That would have been
Yeah.
such a good complication.
Yeah.
The MBNF perpetual calendar is crazy. I almost picked that for my flex. It's just an outrageous looking watch.
I actually really like the Richard Mill Nadal. I really like that watch is just so out there.
I like that too.
but yeah, it was a great exercise. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed it. There were so many to choose from, so many that watches that we left out off the board. But yeah.
I'm guessing
Sanjay,
Deb picked a Richard Mille as well. Steve picked a Richard Mille.
Steve.
So-
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't like even if we were picking for the audience, I feel like most audiences don't like Richard Mille anyway. So it would have been
True.
a losing pick.
I'm surprised nobody chose Vacheron. Again,
Yeah.
Yes.
there's only
yeah.
25 watches out there, but Vacheron, I forgot the watch last year that they sold. The model. I forgot the model, but there was a one with the double. I think it's $800,000.
Yeah. With the two different
80 day
speeds.
power reserve.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
The speeds, right? You can adjust the amplitude or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was
So
a nice
cool.
watch to think about.
That's a
too.
crazy watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Justin or someone mentioned in the chat that next time we do this, we should have it like one brand. So when you pick a brand or watch from a brand, the brand gets knocked out. That would make it really
But
hectic.
I'm so glad that nobody chose Rolex except you, Sanjay. Like after you chose a sub, like nobody after that
Yeah.
picked it if money was no object. And
I
I was
didn't-
surprised that
I
nobody-
honestly didn't expect to use that pick because I thought if I'm going second or third, someone's gonna pick the sub.
Yeah, true. I mean,
off the
like
bat.
if you were saying a dive watch, a lot of people would probably have used the Submariner. Definitely,
Yeah,
that would have probably been higher up on my list too. But I mean, besides the Submariner, I don't think all the other watches. These are great daily watches, but I think in your money was no object, people would probably choose something else,
Yeah.
an alternative to this. It's funny how realistic money and fantasy money changes our opinions.
yeah, for sure.
The strategy part is fun. Like I wanted to pick a Speedy Pro just to see your face, Bobby. But
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared.
but I didn't want a Speedy Pro. So anyway,
Exactly. I was scared that Speedy would have gone by round 3. So I don't know if anybody else was choosing a Speedy, but based on your complication, I didn't think so. I didn't think that you guys were going to choose GMPs or world timers. But anyway, that's it, everybody. That's from my side.
Yeah,
Hopefully enjoyed the watch draft.
yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Sorry we didn't interact with you as much as we normally do, but this was kind of a busy game. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you everyone on the panel for joining us here. So much fun. I feel like we should do this weekly, but that might be like having pizza every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, guys, hope you have a good good night and a good weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for Watch Soup. Check out Brandon's YouTube channel, Amin Reviews YouTube channel. They're all going to be in the description. Toran as well. Toran, we're actually doing a Q&A for a Zelos giveaway tomorrow. A really, really cool titanium Zelos. And Bobby K is Watch Medicine on Instagram. So check everyone out. But thank you all for joining us tonight. Hope you all are well. Take care, guys.
Yeah.